what's up everybody? It's Amaya. So today's video is going to be really cool. We're going to be testing a new product that I have never tried before and I am super duper excited. So today we are going to be testing out the e.l.f. Pore Refining Primer Mask. So this is a sheet mask that is supposed to prime your face. So this mask claims to help minimize the appearance of pores and brighten skin to prep for flawless makeup application. So I'm really excited to test this out today. It retails for $2 on the e.l.f. website, which is awesome. That is super duper cheap. And it has a 4.2 star rating. So I feel like that's pretty good. I have some high hopes for this. I haven't read any reviews on this or watched any reviews on this. This is my first time ever using it. I've used a primer mask in the past, but it was a long time ago, and I don't remember how it worked. It was not an e.l.f. one, it was from a different brand. So I'm really excited to test this one out today and see if it actually works. So before we get into applying anything, be sure to check out my Instagram and Twitter, which are right over here. All my other social medias will be in the description box below, so check them out if you wanna. No pressure, just saying, if you wanna. Okay, so I love the packaging on this. It's so cute, like this light pink. e.l.f. has really stepped up their packaging and stepped up their products, I feel like, as of recently. So I'm really, like, impressed. But it says to remove the sheet mask from package and apply to clean, dry skin, which I have right now. Leave on for 5 minutes and then remove. Then you're supposed to rinse and let dry before applying makeup, which is kind of weird because typically with sheet masks they tell you not to rinse it off, but let's open this up. It just kind of smells like their skincare line, which kind of smells like fresh skincare, like, I don't know, it just has a really nice pleasant scent. It's not perfumey, it's not floral, it's not citrusy, it's just nice and fresh. This is what it looks like. It's a nice, ooh, drippy sheet mask. One of the things that you can do with your sheet mask, which is really nice, is put them in the fridge before applying them, just for like a few minutes. They get nice and cool. I love doing that on really hot days. So now we're going to pop this on. I just washed my face with my Clarisonic to give it a nice clean wash, nice exfoliation too. So I'm just going to kind of press this on, make sure that we're pretty sealed in here. Just going to kind of apply what's left on my fingers down my neck. This is a really good tip for whenever using a sheet mask, to apply it down your neck, on your chest, to get all of those skincare benefits elsewhere. Okay, so I think that is it. I'm going to set a timer on my phone for 5 minutes. And there we go. I'm just going to chill out here and see you at the end of 5 minutes. Okie dokie, so my timer just ended. It has been 5 minutes. So we're just going to peel this off. It actually went by really fast. I'm sure you could leave it on for longer if you wanted to, but I'm going to be following the instructions exactly as they say. So now my face just kind of has like the excess of that like maskness on it. And they say to rinse it off. Typically you're not supposed to, because I don't know, but I'm going to go rinse it off just because that's what they say to do, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just went and rinsed it off, and I'm looking at my skin, and I don't know that I noticed that much of a difference. I'm not noticing like my pores looking a ton smaller. Felt really nice, but now my face just kind of feels tight because I just rinsed it with water. So I am just going to apply a little bit of moisturizer, just a tiny bit. So I'm just going to be using the e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer. I'm just going to use like 1 pump of that and just apply this onto the skin. My face is very uncomfortable when it is not moisturized. Okay, so I'm going to just do my brows really fast, then we're going to come back and apply foundation. Okay, so brows are finished, and now we are going to get into applying our foundation. So I decided that since this mask claims to minimize pores and provide a radiant complexion, I decided that on one side of my face, I'm going to apply a pore minimizing primer and a radiant primer. That way we can kind of see a comparison as to what it looks like when it's by itself, and then what it looks like when there's another primer over top. Just to kind of experiment. So I'm just going to take some of my Benefit Porefessional and press this into the side of my nose and my cheeks, where I would typically put a pore minimizing primer. And then I'm going to take some of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer. This is the dewy one. And I'm just going to apply this where I would typically apply a dewy primer. that is all good. And then on this side, I'm just going to leave the mask. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation mixed with a little bit of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This is in the shade Buff Beige, which is a medium warm shade, and this is in the shade Bronze Beige, which is a medium tan. I'm just going to mix these guys together. I really like how long this one wears, but I really like the dewiness of this one, so just going to kind of combine those. So I'm just going to put one swipe on this side, one swipe on this side, chin, forehead, and then I'm going to take my foundation right here, and this is my Morphe sponge. I'm just going to press this into here, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend this out. So I'm starting on the side where we just have the mask, no primer. So far, I feel like my pores are definitely not smaller. They are, I can see them in the mirror, I can see them here. They are not minimized, and I'm not really liking how that's looking. Now on to the other side. Okay, there we go. Just zoom you guys in a little bit, just so we can see. Are we noticing much of a difference? This is the side with the primer, this is the side with just the mask. Okay, so I'm looking at my face up close, and so far I do feel like my pores look bigger on this side, which I did not put the Benefit Professional on, whereas on this side I feel like they do look a little bit smaller. But I feel like the radiantness is pretty much the same on both sides. I'm not really noticing a difference there. Again, these are two of my favorite foundations, so I love how they look, I love how they apply, I love how they look on the skin, so that's a good thing. I'm not noticing too much of a difference from looking at it like far away, but as soon as I go close up, I do feel like I like this side better. Alright, so I'm just going to go finish up the rest of my makeup, then we're going to come back, let you know my thoughts, and I want to do some check-ins for this. So we will be doing some check-ins throughout the day. So I'll let you know what time it is and all that good stuff, so I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I just finished up the rest of my makeup, and I noticed as I was applying like my concealer and powder and everything like that everything was going on very smoothly. I looked at my face in my big mirror and I noticed like, wow, like I'm having a really good skin day. My foundation looks flawless, my skin looks flawless, and honestly, I could not tell that much of a difference between the two sides, but the rest of my face, not just in my pore area, looked awesome. So I don't know if that was a combination of using my Clarisonic before I did my makeup or just the mask in general. I don't know what it was, but my skin looked so good. Like really, really good. So I'm really happy with how it made everything else look, maybe not just this area. So I'm going to take you over to the natural daylight so I can kind of show you guys how it looks, and yeah. Okay, so I am at my window right now. This is how it's kind of looking. Let me zoom you guys in. So this is what the side without the mask is looking like. I turned down my brightness so you can really see how everything's looking. As you can see, we have a lot of pores in this area. I just feel like it looks very highlighted. Now this is the side where I applied the Benefit Professional and the Wet n Wild Luminizing Primer, and I just feel like it looks a lot better. So these are the two sides, kind of side by side, so you can kind of see a comparison. So right now it's about 11:45 in the morning. I will check back in with you sometime in the afternoon, and then again I will check in at night before I take my makeup off, just to let you know how everything's doing. I think it'll be fun to do little check-ins with this video just to see how this wears throughout the day. And yeah, I will see you in a few hours. Hello there. So it is currently 2:58, so basically 3 o'clock. So I've had this makeup on for around 3.5 hours, and so far I feel like it's looking pretty good. I'm really liking how it's looking. I kept looking at myself today in the mirror just thinking like, you look pretty good. So this is what the side with just the mask looks like, and then this is the side with the Professional and the Wet n Wild primer. Like this side just looks more porous, whereas this side just really does look more filled. So far though, so good. I'm feeling really good about the makeup. I'm loving my eye makeup today too. Other than that, it's feeling good. It doesn't feel like sticky underneath my makeup or uncomfortable. I don't feel like my makeup's sliding around. Everything feels really nice. It's also very humid outside today, so that's a good test. It's very humid and it is hot as well. So far it's holding up pretty good. I'm very happy with it, so we will just see. I will check back in with you guys a little bit later when I take my makeup off. It'll probably be closer to like 9 o'clock at night, so we'll have a good amount of time to test this out. So yeah, I will see you then. Mwah. Hello. So it is currently 9:09 at night. I was basically right on schedule. I was like, it'll be around 9 o'clock, and it is. So it is now the end of the day. I am ready to get this makeup off of my face. But before we do that, let's take a look at how everything is wearing. This is the side with just the mask. This is the side with the mask and the primer. The only thing that I did was blot my face earlier because it was looking a bit oily, more so than normal. But other than that, I didn't touch up, I didn't add any powder, I didn't add anything. I just blotted, and I did have a lot of oil, a lot more than I feel like I normally do. I don't know if it's just because I was sweaty and it was very humid outside. I think that's a possibility, but I did have to blot. That's something that I noticed, and I haven't felt like the need to do that early in the day in a long time. So it's just something. I don't know if that was because of the mask or if it was just because of the weather. Either way. But I'm really happy with how everything looks at the end of the day. I feel like I really liked this mask. Do I think that you can use this mask and not use a primer? No. Do I feel like it really minimized my pores? Not really. I do feel like it made my skin look nice and glowy and nice and radiant, and my foundation went on really well. And it looks nice other than having to blot. I mean, it looks really, really good. At the end of the day, I'm very happy with it. So all in all, for $2, I really recommend this. And I think that as long as you use another primer over top of it and you treat it more like a skincare type of mask as opposed to a primer type of mask, I think you'll have great results because I really liked this. So that is it for this video, you guys. I hope you guys like it. Please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you hadn't already. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Maybe I'll start doing more review type videos because I really do enjoy doing them and like doing check-ins throughout the day. I think they're really fun. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye. It's delicious.